Hey, we're live.
Yeah, the NBA season's back. Almost. And we got a lot of free agency stuff, including some possible. There was maybe some tampering with the evidence that we got, but we'll work through it.
Isn't it sad the hat and scarf AJ's wearing?
Honestly, it's nowhere near as bad as the hat Caedmon's wearing. Terrible taste. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Allied Rivals podcast. We're going to be talking about NBA free agency. Caedmon, how are you doing over the last 5 seconds?
You know, it's been a great 5 seconds because AJ told me what the announcement was because I forgot. But you're going to all want to know what the announcement is sometime this week.
Oh, yeah. So you definitely want to stay subscribed with notifications on to figure it out.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
NBA free agency!
Yes, let's do it. Kate, can we please just talk about the Bulls first? Please.
Let's do it.
Thank you. We finally did something.
Yeah, I'm so shocked. Dude, Porter Drinks literally predicted it.
Did he?
Like, he literally said in our last video, not our last one, but our last NBA video, he said Bulls would get Lonzo. Bulls are going to get Lonzo.
Did he?
He commented it. I'm almost positive.
Goodness. Okay, hold on a second. I'm looking this up. Wait.
Okay.
He said Bulls get CP3, Dame, and Tyler Hero.
Okay. I could be wrong, but hey.
I'm pretty sure.
Talk about your Bulls while I check this out.
Okay, we finally did something, and I'm trying to be excited about it, but I also know we traded away our entire bench and a whole bunch of draft picks for a 31-year-old point guard. So my excitement is kind of tempered. But Lonzo, I think, should be good. I think he's a nice addition. I like DeMar DeRozan. But I think we have this is a team that I think would work well in 2K, but maybe not so much in real life. And this is why. Vucevic is a great center, great rebounder. He's fine. Our point guard, DeRozan, I would assume, and he's a facilitator, one of the best assisters in the league now, averaging over 6 per game, 20 points per game on the Spurs. I think he'll be great. You got Levine, shooter, but he also can facilitate, but I think he'll go more into an actual shooting guard role. And then you got Lonzo, who's going to be our 3-point ace, I would assume, as well. He's also kind of a ball handler, but I think he'll also move out of the way with that, let DeMar run the offense, and then if we're rotating people out, either one of them can do it. So I like that trio. But then I remember we traded away a lot of other people, and we still haven't re-signed Lauri Markkanen. And then I realized, oh my goodness, we are like the smallest small ball roster in the NBA.
I was about to say.
We are going to have no defense. We're going to get shredded by teams like the Nets and the Bucks and the Knicks and the Lakers. And our bench is gone. We can shoot. Sure, we're going to score 115 points a game and let up 117 or something. So, I don't know, man.
You have a big 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe more like a small 2.
Yeah, it's a small 4. Small 4.
A small 4. Okay.
Yeah,
I think you pointed it out. I was going to say their big hole is no
Levine.
Yeah, no big men. Vuce Levine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be excited about it. I'm excited.
I would be excited. You guys can have a winning season.
Yeah, but also in the East, there are 15 teams and 10 people get playoff spots now. If you're including the play-in, so like if we miss, like making the playoffs isn't that big of an achievement. And I was thinking about teams that are better, and I'm like, okay, we got Bucks, we got Nets. Depending on what happens with Simmons, maybe Sixers, probably Hawks, maybe Knicks. Celtics and us could go back and forth. Like the farther down the list I go, the more concerned I get. So I'm happy we did something, but I'm also keeping my expectations realistic. What do you think? What did you think, Cade?
I think the Bulls will definitely have a winning season this year.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they might not. I think they'll definitely make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll get past the play-in if they're in that. I think that they could take the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think yet that they're going to do it because their bench is really thin and they don't have like a true big man on their team.
Except for Vooch.
So, yeah, but do we trust him that much? I don't know. So that's my concern. I think if they got a big man, then the holes in the bench would be not as important. But I think because of those two things, they're not. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with you at this point. Like I said, it's going to be small ball. We're going to score 125 points a game. We're going to be able to shoot the lights out. But I think one of the other things why we won't be able to make a big playoff run is because we're going to be exhausted running our starters for 40 minutes a game. I think that's another thing. Yeah. Levine's a star. He's going to need to get paid like one. Lonzo's probably going to need to get paid eventually. Vooch is getting money. I don't know. It's a weird team. It's a weird team, kid. And we don't have that many veterans, I feel like. Like, you look at a lot of teams like the Lakers or the Bucks or the Lakers and Bucks or the Nets even. They load up with also cheaper veterans like PJ Tucker and Blake Griffin and Carmelo Anthony to be able to play off the bench. They're not going to get you 50 points, 25 points a game, but they're a solid 10, and I feel like we're not going to have that. I mean, Denzel Valentine, I think we still have him, but like, other than that, I don't know. And Porter Drinks' his comment, he did say, I told y'all Lonzo to the Bulls. Nice call.
He did.
Cade, what about you? Bucks?
See, we lost PJ Tucker. We got George Hill.
Re-signed Bryn Forbes. Bobby Porter. Yeah.
It wasn't a huge, big change. I mean, we're still.
But you got to be happy with re-signing Portis for another 2 years, though.
Oh, yeah, dude. I thought we were going to re-sign Tucker and not have money for Portis. But I was so happy, dude. Portis could have had, like, I think I saw a $17 million offer with the Kings, and he took $9 million from us. Like, that's how much he wants to stay.
Oh, yeah, and the fan base loves him for that, too.
Oh, yeah. So I'm pretty hyped we have Bobby Portis, so... getting George Hill back is kind of cool. It'd be nice to have like another point guard that really can actually lead the team when Holiday's out instead of having Middleton be the point guard. We didn't do a whole ton, but I mean, we lost Tucker. I'm not too sad about that. He was a good defender, and he stepped up big in the playoffs, but I feel like we can replace him. So, yeah. This is a strange moment for A.J. Herschel. He is really having a lot of trouble with his internet. I have trouble with my headphones. Yeah, he's back. Whatever.
I was just saying, who would you want to get to replace Tucker?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Who would you want to get to replace Tucker?
Dennis Schroeder might be nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Like I mean, the Lakers have enough.
I was the one that said that. Remember?
Yeah, you were. Yep. Yeah. The Lakers have enough guys. The least they could do for us is give us an opportunity to take Dennis Schroeder. I mean, like,
well, G. Schroeder only signed a 1-year contract. He's not there anymore. So he's a free agent. Yeah.
Yep. So, I don't know why I thought that, but hey, we'll take him. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and it's not beyond us, so. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the Lakers, they went out and signed every single veteran in the history of the NBA.
And you know what? They're
Carmelo, Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard.
That's what my dad said. He was telling me everywhere Carmelo goes, besides a couple years at Portland, they lose.
Yeah. Well, let's also remember Portland is the perennial first-round exit team. Let's not forget that.
Facts.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the Lakers they got rid of D-Schroeder, they got rid of Harrell, so it's just like we got money to burn, so let's just get every single person on the free agency market.
It's not real. Yeah. Like
they're preparing for buyouts. They are preparing for contract buyouts.
It's ridiculous. They literally have like a big five with like a full-on B squad that's legit. Like this is really weird. Like they have 10 guys who can play. Like this is weird. I hate saying this, but this B team, like the 5 subs that would come in, they could beat a bunch of NBA starting teams. And that's so weird to think.
Some of them.
Yeah, but it's just so weird to think about. Like the only concern I have is that a lot of these guys are old. LeBron.
Yeah, this is a team going to win in a year or two or nothing.
Yeah, LeBron's old. AD, I hope he's still in his prime. He could be.
Injuries will tell.
He's not young, right? Injuries, I was going to say. Carmelo's old. And
Trevor Ariza, he's like 40.
So I mean, Russ ain't young, so I mean,
Russell Westbrook. Oh yeah. What do you think he adds to that offense? Because
this is going to be interesting.
Are both facilitators.
Yeah, he's going to have Westbrook when he was with the I'll just use the Rockets as an example.
Yeah, Rockets.
He tried to be the number 1, but he just wasn't. Like Harden was there. Harden was the number 1, and wherever he went, he tried to be the number 1. He's going to have to realize that he isn't with the Lakers. Like, it's LeBron's team.
Yeah.
He's just there to be I don't know if role player is the right word, but that's what I'm going to use, just because LeBron and AD are there. And there's no way you're taking away from LeBron's game. Like, he's not going to let you.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It's interesting because if you think about it, LeBron, Westbrook, and AD are technically all kind of role players on the team. LeBron is the facilitator, and he scores down low. AD is the defenseman, also scores down low. Westbrook would then be their deeper shooting option, as well as somebody who can cut to the basket or rotate out if LeBron's getting tired or is injured. So all of them are going to have their roles, but like you said, Westbrook is Mr. Triple-Double. So who knows how he's going to fit in with this mesh of veterans that it's going to be weird. It's going to be really weird. But speaking of the Lakers, the team they played in the finals was the Heat, and they kind of reloaded with signing Butler.
Yeah.
They still have Hero. What's the other guy's name? Kyle Lowry signed for 3 seasons, which is really interesting. They did lose Goran Dragic and Precious Achiuwa, and I'm seeing everybody saying Heat are going to make a run. Heat are going to make a run. And I'm like, Bam, Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and Jimmy is good. I don't think that's finals run good. No, and Tyler Hero, that's not finals run good to me.
I don't think so. I mean, you have Bam and Butler, and they led the team through the playoffs, especially when they went to the finals. But
Kyle Lowry's going to be good.
Yeah, but I feel like the rest of the bench isn't the same. Like the Heat's bench 2 years ago was good enough where they could pull out both Bam and Butler for, I don't know,
couple
6 minutes in a quarter, and they wouldn't be down by more than 5 usually. Like their bench was good enough that they could bring up a couple guys to, I don't know, just play for 25 minutes a game if they needed to. Like it was good enough. Like they got injuries, guys stepped up, and now it's not. Like I just don't see their bench playmaking and stepping up like they did a couple years ago.
Yep, they don't have Iguodala, who's going back to the Warriors. Nice, by the way. I like that. They don't have Kelly Olynyk anymore. They don't have Goran Dragic anymore. They don't have Udonis Haslem anymore. Yeah, like you said, they just don't have the bench. They're going to have a great starting 5, but outside of that, I think this is a team that could take a 3rd seed in the East. But I think by playoff time, they're going to be exhausted because they're just not going to have the bench to keep going, in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah. One other major one. We talked a lot about the Hawks, and they did re-sign Trae Young and John Collins. Locked them up for years. Nice job, guys. But the other team they played that we said didn't have the offense to compete with them was the Knicks, and they got Kemba Walker. That's not a bad ad. The Knicks have had a good offseason. Cade, how do you think the Knicks are going to look this year?
Yeah, see, the Knicks are a part of a really good division. Like, Nets are going to be amazing, we expect, if everyone's healthy. Yeah. And, I mean, the 76ers, I think, should still be a playoff contender no matter what. So you have that. The Celtics are there, and they'll probably make the playoffs. And the Raptors is really the only team in there that I really feel like it's just like they were there a few years ago, like when they had Kawhi, but now it's everything's falling apart. So the Knicks could be like third or fourth best in this division. Which is like last year. So I mean their offense should be good. I mean, they've made a decent amount of. Sorry, I can't talk.
You're good.
They've made a decent amount of moves over this offseason where I feel like they look more complete as a team than they did last year. Yeah. Like I feel like their defense should be a little bit better, which it was pretty good, but I think it's better. And their offense, like you said, this should be a much more fluent and well-rounded offense.
Yes, absolutely. And I think this is a team that has the depth to keep going. Kemba Walker, they signed Evan Fournier, who just shot up his stock thanks to the Olympics. Absolutely dominated this year. It was a nightmare for Team USA to play against. He's going to be a big ad. RJ Barrett's going to keep developing. Mitchell Robinson should be healthy. Derrick Rose, they re-signed him. They still are going to have Obi Toppin. They re-signed Nerlens Noel. This team has depth above everything else, I think. I think the Knicks, like you're saying, third or fourth in the division. I think they're looking third or fourth in the conference this year. This is a team I think could be top three. I think so. I think they're going to have good defense. I think their offense should be run definitely better with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, who's a three-point shooter as well. I think this is a team that has the potential to get there, and Tibbs is a good coach. I think they have the potential to be a 3 seed in the East.
All right, AJ, I got to ask you this then. Just because you've been saying a couple teams are top three, and who's your top 5 in the East right now?
Boom, there we go. Bucks number 1, Nets number 2. Giving Bucks the benefit of the doubt, especially with the championship. I know a lot of people are going to put the Nets up there because they're going to be healthy in the offseason or whatever, but giving the Bucks the benefit of the doubt start the season. Bucks number 1, Nets number 2, Knicks number 3 probably. Hawks number 4, Sixers number 5. I don't know how the Sixers are going to look. Heat are 6.
Where are the Heat?
Heat are 6. Like I said, I don't think they have the depth to keep going very far. I think depending on what happens with Ben Simmons, I could switch out the Hawks, Sixers, and Heat. I kind of rotate them around. But like my top 3 right now are set. They are set, and then probably Hawks, Sixers. I just don't know how they're gonna look. I don't know what's his name. I don't know what's gonna happen to Ben Simmons at all. It's gonna be kind of a mess. And then after that, I think we've got after those top 6, I got like Celtics, then Bulls, then Hornets. That's my NBA East. What about you? That's my Eastern Conference. What about you, Cade?
I mean, top 5, I'm thinking Bucks, Nets, whatever, take your pick. And depending on what happens with Simmons, really is where the Sixers are. Like if the 76ers have Simmons, I'd say they're no worse than 5. If they don't, they might not even make the playoffs. Like that's how big of an impact he has. I mean, Joel can carry the team.
But you got to keep in mind though, Simmons, they're going to be getting something back, right?
Okay, true. But whatever. We'll forget that. Okay, I'm gonna say Hawks are number 3 because I liked how they looked in the playoffs last year.
True.
I liked how they looked in the playoffs last year. I mean, they beat the Knicks and the Sixers, and did I get that right? Is it the Knicks and Sixers?
Yeah, Eastern Conference finalists.
Okay, and they really, I mean, Trae Young's amazing. We saw that he put up a bunch of 50-point games. Clint Capella on the boards is awesome. John Collins is scary, and I never noticed him as much as when the Bucks played him. Mm-hmm. They have a good team, and I feel like this could be. I think this is the number 3 in the East right now. Wow. Then Knicks, and number 5. If 76ers have Simmons, then Sixers. If not, I think the Heat.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Nice. Well, Cade, any other big free agency moves you want to talk about or anything?
I don't think so, man. I think we got the big ones.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, we didn't talk about the re-sign. Like, Steph re-signed, KD
Biggest
re-signed.
contract in history.
Yeah,
That's a big deal. But yeah,
crazy.
KD resigned. Yeah,
True.
we knew it was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh yeah. And then Kawhi is planning to resign. So, and Chris Paul resigned too. That was also a big one.
Yup. And sorry, one last thing. Damian is planning to play with the Trailblazers again. So that's good news for them.
That is true.
All right.
That is very true. So, Caedmon, out of everybody left, we've been to the draft and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other big move like Damian Lillard that is going to happen before the season gets started?
Oh man. Ben Simmons. I think he'd be the one. I think
they swap with Portland?
They might.
Hmm.
I think they might. I wouldn't be too surprised. What do you think?
Nice. I think so too, especially with like Lakers were front runners, but with everybody they signed, I definitely don't think so at this point. They got Westbrook, they're not getting them. I think the Sixers are one of the few people that are gonna have the money. They have the trade capital as well, and a lot of teams just have main point guards at this point. Imagine if you go somewhere in the West like Dallas or something. That'd be crazy,
dude. If you went to Dallas,
my goodness. But yeah, I think it's
this year.
Oh yeah. And the East finally. Like, we're talking about the East and like the competitiveness. It's about stinking time. It's been like 10 years since they've been finally.
This good. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you, KD.
Oh yeah. Among other people, and Giannis and Trae Young, and yeah.
Yeah.
And Julius Randle for finally becoming a star.
It's all Derrick Rose. Like here in
obviously. There you go.
The Knicks are good.
Exactly. Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for checking us out. Let us know if there's any predictions you have in the comments below. Be sure to be subscribed. We have something special planned once we hit 100 subscribers. We're only 7 subscribers away. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have a fun announcement coming out soon. Later this week. We've got more NFL videos planned. Let us know what you think. We'll see you guys next time on the One and Only Allied Rivals podcast. Cade, got anything else you want to say?
See ya as
AB checks us out. Can't wait to see Lonzo's passing on the Bulls. As Lonzo passed to Levine, who passes to DeRozan, who passes to Markkanen, who passes to Vucevic, and we just keep passing because everybody's a facilitator.
AJ, I can't believe I didn't make you take off the hat and scarf. I'm disappointed.
I'm very proud of wearing that. You could have asked me and I wouldn't have taken it off anyway.